WYN 56 Sports presents Valparaiso University basketball. We're at the United Center in Chicago, where number 6 Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish at 11-1, are set to take on the Valparaiso University Crusaders. With Dick Harlan, Joe Redondo with you courtside. We need some better seats here at the United Center as we get ready for the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame and the Valparaiso University Crusaders. And Dick, obviously Valpo in big today. Notre Dame's been one of the surprise teams in college basketball. They've been outstanding this year, and Valpo's going to have to play very tough today.
Well, they are, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see if they can accomplish what they want to try, which is to slow it down. Notre Dame's strength are in their guards, Matt Carroll and Chris Thomas. Tremendous guards. They're averaging about 38 points a game between them, about 15 assists a game between them. Somehow you got to control those guys. If they can do that, and get a standoff inside, then they got a shot. But it's going to be tough.
Crusaders are really going to need to shoot the ball well today to stay in this basketball game. Perimeter defense has been an Achilles heel, defending the three. Notre Dame's got tremendous quickness out there, as did Purdue. So Valpo really shooting the basketball, trying to control the perimeter. Three-point defense going to be keys today.
It is, and it's been a problem for the Crusaders all year long. They have had trouble stopping everybody. She shot the three well against them. Purdue got 14 of them. Missouri had 9, and that ended up being the difference in the ball game. It's been that way all year long, and it's not always because they're not out on them. It just seems like people shoot well against them. This is a neutral court. Hopefully that's going to take some of that away, because you're not as comfortable when you're on a neutral court. We'll just see.
All righty, Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan earlier this week. Valparaiso University, Notre Dame, and WYN 56 today. We'll come back and have the tip-off right after this on WYN 56.
Big or small? City, rural, or suburban? There are many ways to describe Valparaiso University. The 3,600 students in undergraduate, graduate, and law programs think of it as the right size. The integration of liberal arts and professional training in more than 60 programs provides academic diversity. A friendly, small Northwest Indiana city an hour from Chicago is the right location. The right size, the right programs, the right place. Valparaiso University.
There are cars and there are cars. There's practical and there's performance. There are shows about cars and there's Motor Week. Catch the fastest 30 minutes on television. Motor Week.
Saturdays at 9:30 a.m.
Join us Wednesday at 10 for high school basketball on WYN 56. It's the 56th debut of the Lacrosse Tigers as they travel to Valparaiso to take on the Washington Township Senators. High school basketball Wednesday at 10 on WYN 56.
Join us every Thursday evening at 8 p.m. for the Prep Sports Report as Joe Arredondo and Wade Swetnoff bring you all the scores and highlights of the week. That's the Prep Sports Report Thursdays at 8 p.m. only on WYN 56.
We're back at the United Center. Joe Arredondo and Dick Harlan, Notre Dame and Valpo ready to go. And Dick, let's check out the starting lineups as the Crusaders being introduced here to a heck of a crowd at the United Center. Some folks were worried about the turnout for this ball game. No need to worry today.
It looks like we got between 9,000 and 10,000, I would guess, which is way above what everybody expected we'd have here. It's going to be a great afternoon here in the starting lineup for the Irish of Notre Dame. The guards, number 1 is Chris Thomas, a 6'1", 182-pound sophomore. And number 13, Matt Carroll, a 6'6", 212-pound senior. At the forwards, 21, Dan Miller, 6'8", 220 and a senior. And number 34, Torrin Francis, he's 6'10", 240 and a freshman. And in the middle, number 50 is Tom Timmermans, 6'11", 253 and a junior. For the Valparaiso Crusaders this afternoon, up front, it'll be number 10, Kikas Gomez, 6'9", 225 and a junior. And number 5, Rytis Graff, 6'11", 235 and a senior. 3 guards, 20, Roberta Nieves, 6'3", 199-pound junior. Number 12, Greg Tonigal, the 6'3", 184-pound senior. And number 33 is Ali Verdeel. Verdeel is 6'6", 197 pounds, and the sophomore. Well, you know, when you get in these situations, Joe, You either make it happen or you don't. But Valparaiso really has nothing to lose this afternoon. They can let it all hang out and go for it.
No, they really don't. You know, obviously Notre Dame's been one of the surprises of college basketball. There's their head coach, Mike Bray, former assistant with Duke, Coach Krzyzewski, a coach at Delaware, got Notre Dame into the tournament last year, and they almost upset Duke last year in the tournament before IU got them. And, of course, for the Crusaders, it's been a very difficult schedule this year for Valpo, for first-year coach Scott Drew. It looked like they turned the corner when they went home and beat Samford in Michigan. But, you know, the Crusaders, what a road trip. Purdue at Missouri, and then come back to the United Center, you know, to take on Notre Dame. There you see the head coach of the Crusaders. And Scott Drew has handled adversity very well in his first year, Dick. I've been very impressed with how positive he's been in his first year, even despite some tough games on the road.
Well, they've talked about the Big Seven, and there's 6 of them out of the way after today. Charlotte's still on the schedule. The design of the schedule is to get them tougher for the conference. That starts next week. We'll see if that'll happen. But first things first, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish as Rydas Graff stands in to jump center against Miller, and it's taken by the Crusaders. Down the left side to Burdeel. Holds it up. Valparaiso against Missouri held it till the last 15 seconds before they started to look for a shot. And I think that's probably the plan again today.
Notre Dame starts man-to-man.
Out to Gomez between the circles. Off to Tonigal. Shot clock down to 15 seconds. They should start the offense now. They go to Gomez at the top of the key. Goes to Burdeel. Dumps it inside to Groffs. Groffs to the baseline. The fall away. In and out. No good. Rebound taken off by Miller. Got the shot they wanted. Didn't come up with it. Chris Thomas gives it off on the outside to Timmermans. Back to Thomas. Valparaiso in that 2-3 zone they like so much. Thomas comes back outside to Carroll. Those are the two guys that really are the scoring threats, mainly for Notre Dame. Inside it goes, knocked away by Groffs and out of bounds to Notre Dame.
Dick, when we talked before the game, it is very important for Rydas Groffs to stay on the floor. This would not be a good ball game for him to have 2 quick fouls and be on the bench as an assistant coach.
Nope. Inside to Timmermans, puts it up off the board and found the Crusaders sleeping that time as Timmermans came down the middle, got the layup, and it's 2-0 Notre Dame. Valparaiso basketball. Tonigal dribbles down the right side. It goes to Gomez. Looks in. Can't find anybody inside. Comes to Groffs. Hands it off to Ali Burdeel. Off to Nieves. Back to Tonigal. Tonigal stands to the right side of midcourt and looks over the defense. Thomas out him. Goes to Gomez. They want to go inside to Groffs again. The ball goes through the legs of Carroll, who dropped down. Gomez kind of telegraphed that pass, and Dave Carroll got over there, but he couldn't come up with it.
Crusaders fortunate there to get the ball back. That was a poor pass.
Nieves looks for somebody. Goes into Burdeel in the corner. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Great move by Burdeel. Lays it in.
Boy, great move by Ali Burdeel. Good to see him off to a good start.
2-2, 18:29 to go, first half. Thomas goes on the right side to Timmermans. Here coming to Carroll at the top of the key. Left side to Miller. Miller will drive around, takes it in, puts it up over Nieves. Missed everything, picked up by Tonigal. And a 6-foot shot, threw it 5 feet. Burdeel goes to Nieves, lost the ball, but picks it up himself, comes to Groffs. Off to Gomez, to Burdeel. Left side to Tonigal. Tonigal has it knocked away by Thomas. Gets it back himself and goes to Burdeel against Carroll. Burdeel on the dribble. Around the pick. Goes off to Nieves. Nieves going to fire the three. Got it! 5-2. Crusaders on top. Thomas on the outside with it for the Irish. Goes over to Carroll. Carroll will penetrate. Back to Thomas. Thomas holds it up. Takes it in against Burdeel. Can't get the shot. Goes to Timmermans on the outside with Groffs. Want to go inside. Can't. Gonna go to Thomas. Thomas will fire the three. Missed everything. Taken by Burdeel. Crusaders on the run. Burdeel inside to Groffs. Hooks it up. No good. The rebound taken off by Miller. Quickly down the Irish. Go to the right side of Thomas. Thomas going to fire another three. No good. Rebound to Burdeel again.
Yeah, Scott Drew puts up the stop sign. Valpo's got to play their tempo. They cannot run with Notre Dame. They have to play this tempo. I like this tempo. Came out at Missouri. This is the tempo the Crusaders can be successful at.
Out it comes to Groffs. Groffs holds it up. Comes the right side of Burdeel. Burdeel will take it in against Carroll. Now has to back out with it. Again, they're down to 15 seconds on the shot clock, and this is when they start the offense. Goes to Gomez. Holds it up on the left side. Donegal open for three. In and out, no good. Rebound taken off by Miller. Got the good shot they wanted. Didn't get the basket. On the dribble is Miller. Comes down the left side. Carroll takes it in against Nieves. Stops. Has to go back outside to Thomas. 16:25 to go, first half. Valparaiso up 5-2.
See, this is not Notre Dame's tempo. They do not want to be a half-court team.
Thomas holds it up. Comes over to Carroll. To the baseline to Timmermans. He'll drive it around, and he stepped out of bounds.
Good defense by Rydas Grafs. He got over on the baseline and forced the offensive player out of bounds.
Well, you mentioned it, Joe, and this is exactly right. I think the Crusaders found a Missouri a tempo they can play at, and I would guess it's what we're going to see most of the rest of the year. Off it comes to Berdeel. This is not a run-and-shoot team by any means. Nieves off to Gomez.
Dick, this tempo's got to be close to your heart. This is some good old-fashioned Purdue tempo right here. You know, value the possessions, shorten the game.
Takes it in against Timmerman, goes to Nieves, fakes a shot. Has the ball knocked away by Thomas, picked up by Donegal. Ahead to Gomez, lays it in. Greg Donegal found Kikas Gomez behind everybody for the layup. It's 7-2 Valparaiso. Thomas will drive, knocked away, stolen away by the Crusaders. Berdeel brings it up 3-on-3. Goes to Donegal, fakes the three, dumps it inside to Rydas. Takes it in against Jackson, puts it up, and he's fouled. Or against Francis, and Torrin Francis with the foul. Well, and Rydas Grafs will be at the line for two.
A great Valpo start. You saw on that last possession, Chris Thomas for Notre Dame came down the floor and really took maybe an ill-advised shot because they were trying to force tempo on Valpo.
Well, if you can get Notre Dame to try to force it, that's exactly the right word. Try to force to speed it up instead of just letting it happen. That's got to work good for you. Grafs missed the first. He'll have another. Rydas yet to score, although he's been a factor in this ball game as he got it down deep twice. Takes his time. 77% shooter. Got that one.
Timeout on the court.
8-2 Valparaiso on top with 15:23 to go in the first half.
All righty, 8-2. Valpo with the early lead, and we want to introduce Tom Carroll and Jennifer Vinovich here at the United Center.
Western Illinois. Okay, and here we are. Jennifer, we're having a great time. Valpo's up.
This is a great time. We're at the United Center. This is very exciting.
That's right. I certainly hope you folks are enjoying the game so far and that you'll give us a call right now because this is an opportunity to support Channel 56, which is bringing you this game here in Northwest Indiana. Give us a call, and you know the number, 219-756-5656. It is going to be a great game. You can see it already. It's all happening here. So help Channel 56 continue bringing these games to you each and every week. You know, we really want to do a lot of Valpo University games, and it's important for us to see what kind of response we get from the viewers at home to make that happen.
That's right. All you Valpo fans out there, you may have gone to the game, and now you're watching it on TV. We really could use your support. This is a great thing to have that's at the United Center.
And we got some special levels that we'll talk to you after we go back to the game. Joe, Dick, it's up to you.
All righty, great Valpo start, Dick. We could have drawn it up any better, huh?
Exactly what Scott Drew wanted. You know, one of the things coming up, the Crusaders watched the tape for the 1988 upset on Union Street, as they call it, in Valparaiso, the overtime when they knocked off the 18th ranked team in the country, Digger Phelps. The last time Notre Dame ever came to the Arc. And Scott said, with that and with Ohio State beating Miami last night, believe you can win. And that's right now, looks like that's what the Crusaders are doing.
I love this tempo. I really do, because it's going to force Notre Dame to pick up their defense, and then maybe you can get some backdoors.
Thomas brings it across the timeline for the Irish. Goes over to Miller, to Carroll. Carroll's yet to get a shot off. Backs out against that zone. Now takes it down to the wing again. Knocked away by Berdeel. A foul going to be called against Ollie Berdeel.
Crusader foul.
That's defensive patience is what the Crusaders looking for there. Don't need to reach in 30 feet from the hoop.
Into the ball game number 2. This is Chris Gwynn, a 6'2", 178-pound freshman out of Dublin, Ohio. Off it goes to Miller, back to Thomas. Right side it comes to Quinn, to Thomas. Looks inside, goes to back door to Carroll, who lays it up and in. That time they got it on the back door. Nice pass from Francis to Carroll for the layup.
Yeah, the Crusaders just an eyelash from knocking that pass away.
And it's 8-4 as Donegal gets it across the timeline, goes to Gomez. Left wing, top of the key to Berdeel. Over to Grafs. Grafs against Francis, back to Berdeel. Ali.
15 on the shot clock again.
Yep, there goes to Gomez. Back to Burdeel. Burdeel will drive to the baseline. Takes it in. Hooks it up. No good. Rebound to Burdeel. Puts it up. Blocked again. Francis got it twice that time. There's over to Thomas. Thomas has it knocked away by Nieves. Sent out of bounds. It goes to the Irish.
Nieves had a hand on it and almost kept it in bounds for a steal.
8-4, Valparaiso on top, 14-15 to go, first half. Out to Miller. Miller gets it off to Carroll. Can't get the three. Now to Thomas for the three. No good. Rebound to Nieves.
He's had a cold start.
It's very good for the Crusaders.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
He's 0 for 3 from the three-point range. Grafs goes back out to Gomez, off to Nieves. Nieves back door to Burdeel, off to Grafs, inside, lays it in.
That's what we talked about when Notre Dame went to the timeout. They came out and extended their defense, and there's a quick back door.
Carroll for three. You cannot let that happen. That's one of the things Scott Drew talked about on the bus right up, is you cannot let those guys get down the floor before you do and fire that three, and that's what Carroll can do for you. Crusaders with a 10-7 advantage. Gomez. Stalin Ortiz gets ready to come in. Seth Colclazier for the Crusaders also going to come. Burdeel goes to Nieves. Roberto goes out to Tonigal. Tonigal holds it up now to Burdeel. Dumps it into Gomez. Gomez takes it in. Fakes, puts it up over Miller. No good. Rebound to Quinn.
Boy, good move, good fake. Got him in the air, just couldn't finish.
Jump shot by Miller is good, and we're tied at 10 as all of a sudden Notre Dame knocks down 2 threes in a row.
Yeah, they weren't going to shoot 25% all day, I guess.
Tonigal gets it up to Burdeel. Off to Gomez. We're tied at 10. 12:51 to go. What the Crusaders have to watch is the big run. That's what happened to them in Missouri over about a 4-minute period to start the second half.
And Notre Dame can definitely put some big streaks together.
Burdeel comes to the right side, drives in against Carroll. Back out, fall away, no good long. Rebound to Ritus. Lost the ball. It's on the floor, picked up by Quinn. Ritus in there all by himself, rebounding-wise. Nobody in there to help him. Thomas fakes a three, comes back to Quinn. Quinn's going to fire a three. Got it. 3 threes in a row for Notre Dame, and they take a 13-10 lead.
Well, they have multiple players that can shoot the basketball, and that's given Valpo problems all year, is when guys can just get the puppies set right on the line and knock down threes.
Tonigal calls time as they get across midcourt. 30-second timeout called by Scott Drew, as Notre Dame has come out and hit 3 straight threes and come back to take a 13-10 advantage over the Valparaiso Crusaders with 12:09 to go in the first half.
We'll stick with us here. Let's talk some stats. Obviously, at the first time out, Dick, Notre Dame was shooting 25%. Right now at our second one, 55.6%. And obviously, we just talked about the 3 straight 3 balls that they knocked down. And, these guys can lace it up. Chris Thomas hasn't made a bucket yet, but, he's got some guys around him that are outstanding. Notre Dame has been one of the surprises of college basketball with their win at Maryland. They beat Texas. They were unranked at the beginning of the year. Now they're number 6. They're an outstanding ball club. They got a lot of guys who can score.
Yeah, they've taken 4 threes in a row and hit 3 of them, and that's really what brought it back in the ball game. Crusaders have to make sure that they get out there and tag somebody at that 3-point line. Carroll hit 1, Quinn hit 1, Miller hit 1, so right now it's 13-10 in favor of Notre Dame. Burdeel will bring it up as Tongo goes out. Stalin Ortiz in, Seth Colclazier in, Auntie Nicola's in. For the Crusaders, off to Gomez. Ortiz off to Colclazier. To Burdeel. Well, the main thing is you got to keep contact with these guys. You don't want to let them get away from you. Ortiz to the baseline, drives. Ortiz takes it in, blocked from behind by Miller and out of bounds.
Crusader basketball, and there's a timeout on the court.
And that's going to be the media timeout with 11:46 to go in the first half. Notre Dame leading at 13-10.
All right, we'll go back over to Tom and Jennifer over here at midcourt.
Okay, time for us to talk to you a little bit about pledging on public television. I'm Tom Carroll. I'm joined by Jennifer Vinovich. We certainly hope you're enjoying today's game and that you'll call us right now at 219-756-5656. Let's quickly tell the folks, Jennifer, about those 2 great levels.
Well, hey, I have to tell you that, Valpo's been playing with all their heart so far, but Notre Dame has made a bunch of 3-pointers in the last minute or so, and we have a 3-pointer package just for the Valpo fans out there. For $150, you can put your name on the MVP roll, And you can have one of these cute little Valpo basketballs that we've come up with. A nice little thank you gift from WYIN. And we'd love to have you call in. There's an 800 number as well. And we take credit cards, whatever need be. But we'd love to have your support. This is a big game for Valpo and a big game for WYIN.
That's right. So if you'd like to have your name running around Valpo games on our MVP reel, just give us a call and join us at that $150 level. If you'd like that great, what I call them, palm balls, you can get those at the $75 level. Now back to Joe and Dick.
All righty, it was a Notre Dame run to get them to that 13-10 lead. And, you know, the Crusaders, Dick, are just going to need to have to make some shots. That's going to be the big thing. They've come out, they've established their tempo. They've got Notre Dame trying to play fast against a slower tempo. The Crusaders, we need some three-pointers.
Right now, the Crusaders haven't turned the ball over, but they've only hit 4 out of 12, 33%. That's not good enough against a team like this. They're going to have to shoot the ball better, just as you said. And it goes to Nicola. Nicola takes it in, powers it up, missed it, tipped it, no good, and rebound taken off by Carroll. Auntie had 2 point-blank shots at it. Inside it goes to Francis, and he's fouled by Nicola. Scott Drew wants to know why there wasn't a foul down at the other end. Well,
Chris Thomas is just tough in the open floor. He got down and created a shot for a teammate. He can do a lot of other things out there instead of score. I mean, he can contribute defensively or distributing the basketball.
Well, he's averaging, I think, about 8 assists a game, if I remember right. I'll have to look it up again, but plus 19 points. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good production.
He's a former Mr. Basketball in Indiana, led Indianapolis Pike to a state championship.
What people forget is starting their senior year, Ali Berdeel and he were the 2 co-favorites for Mr. Basketball. Of course, Ali never got to play.
Right.
Because he was declared ineligible by the IHSAA. Ali takes it down the right side against Thomas, out to Stalin Ortiz. Ortiz gives it off to Cole Glazier. Back outside it comes to Oplin. Dan is in the ball game, off to Ali Berdeel. Off to Stalin Ortiz. Seth Cole Glazier. Down to 15 seconds now. Scott Drew yells out, get into it. Berdeel. Off to Nicola. Off to Stalin. Stalin against Carroll. Takes it all the way to the basket. Scotland off the board. In and out, no good. Rebound. Oplin fights for it inside. Ball gets loose. Quinn dives. Fans wanted to travel, and I agree with them. You just slide across the floor. You're supposed to be called for traveling. Thomas on the outside with it. Inside to the baseline to Francis, and he lays it up and down. Great pass from Thomas to Torrin Francis for the layup. And it's 16-10. All of a sudden, Notre Dame's lead is 6. They have scored 10 straight, if I remember right. It was 10-6 at one time, wasn't it?
Yep.
Off it goes to Ortiz. Gets it off to Berdeel. Crusaders need a basket. Off to Nicola. Back to Ali. Ali's going to fire the 3. No good long. A rebound to Francis again. Crusaders throwing up some shots I'm sure Scott Drew doesn't want.
Yeah, that was a little quick in the shot clock.
Thomas will drive to the middle. Gives it off to Francis. Dunked it. And again, Thomas penetrates and gets somebody sliding to the basket. Gets them the basketball, and Valparaiso wants a timeout. So Scott Drew wants to stop it now if he can. It's 18-10 Notre Dame. They've scored 12 in a row. 10 minutes to go in the first half.
Well, you just saw Chris Thomas the last 2 trips find a teammate in the zone, and Francis moving in the zone, and a couple big layups for Notre Dame.
Thomas with 4 assists already. We played 10 minutes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Crusaders cannot have long stretches where they do not put points on the board. Not against this team. They're too good offensively. And Vic, after the great start, they're still all right down 18-10.
But they got to get some scores now. They've had a couple of shots at it and weren't able to come up with it. Berdeel fired up that 3. I don't think they wanted that, but Greg Tonigal's back in for him right now.
Ritus is back in too. They needed to get the timeout and get Ritus Crofts back into the ball game. He is the presence in the middle, and let's see if they try to pump it into him here on this possession.
Tonigal brings it up against Thomas. Greg gets it across the timeline, reverse dribble, spins it back again, stops, gets it off to Seth Cole Glazier, back outside to Stalin Ortiz. Off to Oplin, over to Tonigal. Greg fakes the 3, gives it off to Stalin, dumps it inside to Ritus. Ritus backs it in. Great pass to Ortiz, overshot it. Ortiz with the rebound. Stalin fakes, puts it up and has it blocked away. Down the left side is Quinn. Quinn to the baseline. Backs out with it. Gives it off to a new man in there, number 20. That's Torrin Jones. To number 12, who is Jordan Cornett. To the baseline, Thomas, a three. Got it. The Irish continue to pound the nets, and the Crusaders having all kinds of trouble even getting layups.
Yeah, they've gotten some good shots. Other than the Burdeel three, they've gotten some good shots, just haven't been able to get them to go.
21-12, Notre Dame all of a sudden up by 11. Crusaders need a basket desperately. Tonigal gets it off to Ortiz, back to Tonigal. Greg holds it up. Off to Seth Colclazier, dumps it inside to Ritus. Ritus will take it in, fall away by Ritus is short. Rebound by Ortiz, fakes. Comes back out, ball knocked away, picked up by Colclazier. Seth will reset the offense for the Crusaders. Off to Oplin, over to Tonigal. Greg to the baseline against Thomas. Can't get the shot. Looks for somebody, tries to go inside. It's knocked away, stolen away by Miller. And Notre Dame brings it up. Thomas down the left side to the corner. Quinn fakes a shot, now takes it. Missed it. Rebound inside, no good. Tipped out back, picked up by Oplin. Well, they're letting them play.
They do. I'll tell you what, they do let them play in big-time NCAA basketball, but they don't blow the whistle once that tournament starts.
That's right. Tonigal holds it up. Backs out with it for the Crusaders. Gives it off to Colclazier. Lofts it to the baseline. It's knocked away by Cornett. And out of bounds it goes.
Just 3 fouls called, Dick. 2 on Valpo and 1 on Notre Dame. 7:50 to go. Another timeout. Notre Dame by 11, 21-10, Irish. And we'll go over to Tom and Jennifer.
Okay, we're back, giving you another opportunity to pledge and support Valparaiso University basketball right here on WYIN, Channel 56, bringing you the games here during the year it's not 1999 anymore, it's 2003. Where have I been?
Well, I'll tell you what, there are so many Valpo fans here. It is just truly unbelievable. Showing a lot of support for the university, and we're just hoping that also you can show some support for WYIN.
You know, give us a call at 219-756-5656. Let us know how you feel about the game. If you'd like to support our game, please do. You have 2 levels, $75 level and the $150 level. You get some wonderful premium items. We've got the Valparaiso mini basketball, which is available as a thank you item at the $75 level. If you'd like to join at the $150 level, you can certainly do that easily, and you'll also be an MVP. That means we'll put your name on the list, and that's so important. So give us a call right now. Now it's time for us to get back to the game.
Well, Dick, you just pointed out the key stat of the ball game right there, huh?
Crusaders shooting 21%. They've missed their last 9 shots. They were 4 out of 10. Are now 4 for 19, and that's been the difference. Notre Dame now up to shooting 57%, 8 out of 14. I'm not sure how many they've hit in a row, but it's been like 4 out of their last 5 or 5 out of their last 6, something like that.
Well, to underline Valpo's stat there, Dick, they've had some point-blank opportunities. Right. It's not like they were forced by the defense into terrible shots with the shot clock running out. They did have some good looks in those last shots.
Well, let's see if the Crusaders can figure it out offensively. They're trailing by 11, 21-10, 7:50 to go in the first half. And it comes to Gomez. Kika stops it, comes to Tonigal. Tonigal takes it all the way in, dumps it off to Ritus, and he's fouled from behind. Went up to Duncan, and he was fouled by Torrin Jones.
Torrin Jones, that's his first.
And so Ritus will go to the line to shoot a couple.
Boy, Torrin Jones showed some quickness off his feet there. 6'4" junior from Pennsylvania. He got up quickly and got his hand on Ritus.
Ritus will shoot 2. Puts it up, bat in. So the Crusaders break the string, which I believe was a 15-0 run, if I remember right. They were up 10-6, and it was 21-10, so that'd be 15 in a row for Notre Dame.
That was just a great look inside by Greg Tonigal.
Ritus will have 1 more. All-time shot block leader at Valparaiso University. Second shot is up and in. He has 5, and it's 21-12. Well, with all that, Crusaders still in it if they can get a couple of stops and a couple of baskets.
Well, and the tempo has allowed them to stay in it.
Yep. Thomas on the outside with it. Burdeel's got him. Comes down the right side to Jones. Jones around a pick. Stops. Comes back out to Carroll. Valparaiso went to the man-to-man. Baseline Cornett. Carroll with a 3. Got it.
Man, that's a tough shot.
Three-point basket, Matt Carroll.
That is a tough shot. It's one thing you hit a wide open three. It's one thing you're guarded and fading away and hit one.
24-12. Shooters can shoot.
Yeah.
Verdeel down the right side for the Crusaders. Goes off to Greg Tonigal, off to Nieves. Nieves has got a three on the way. Hits short. That goes up over the rim and out of bounds. It'll be out of bounds to Notre Dame.
Miller back in for the Irish, and Thomas will sit down.
6:59 to go in the first half, 24-12. Notre Dame is doubling up on the Crusaders. Valparaiso got off to a great start, up 8-2 in this ball game, but it's been all the Irish since it was a 10-6 ball game at the first time out. Quinn on the outside with it, comes down to Carroll. Carroll gives it off to Jones. Jones back outside to Quinn. Crusaders back to their zone. Jones penetrates, goes to the corner. Back to Jones. Dumps it to the baseline to Cornett, to Miller. Miller drives around, takes it in against Ritus, missed it. Rebound Ritus, had a guy go over his back. Picked up by Nieves. Wow.
Crusaders got to be stronger on the rebounds, boy, if they're going to let you.
If you're going to play at this level, that's the way they play the game.
Exactly.
So Gomez is going to fire a long three, no good. Rebound Nieves, puts it up, and he traveled.
There's a reason that shot is there early in the shot clock. And Notre Dame was wanting Valpo to take that quick early three, and the Crusaders have to keep focused on running some shot clock.
24.7% Crusaders hit from the three-point line this year, so it's not a bad bet on your part to let them shoot it at this point in time. Jones goes to Quinn, fakes the three, backs out with it against Tonigal, goes to Carroll. Off to Jones. Jones takes it in the middle to blocked by Ritus, picked up by Nieves. Well, they're letting them play, as we said.
I think Kikas and Ritus both got a hand on that one.
I think so. Tonigal gives it off to Kikas, lost the ball, but picked it up. Goes back to Greg Tonigal, inside to Ritus. Ritus backs in, gives it off to Kikas. Kikas got another shot. This time he came to Gomez with his second basket of the day. 24-14. Notre Dame by 10. Miller drives, takes it in, missed the shot. Rebound taken by Gomez.
You know, I don't think Valpo's used to playing in many games, Dick, where the officials let you play like this. Now, Crusaders now have gotten away with a couple of bangs in the last two possessions.
That's what I'm saying, and I think that's one of the reasons you play these kind of schools. You want to get to learn that this is the way you got to play. Ritus goes over to Nieves. Gomez going to fire another three. Got it!
Three-point basket.
Kikas Gomez trying to bring him back himself. 24-17. Crusaders have scored 5 in a row. Off it goes to Quinn. Let's see if they can keep playing the defense. To Carroll, to the baseline. Takes it in, stepped out of bounds. Oh, no foul going to be called on Nieves. Probably a good call.
Boy, Matt Carroll's had a great start. 3 out of 3 for 8 points. Kikas Gomez may have picked a great time to come out of that shooting slump.
That's his first of the team.
As you see him knocking down that three on the last possession.
Out of bounds to Notre Dame on the baseline, 24-17, 4:50 to go in the first half. Been a pretty good first half overall. The Crusaders saw Notre Dame go on a 15-0 run, but have stayed in it.
Really has been.
Jones over to Carroll. Not many turnovers, just 2 for Notre Dame, 1 for Valparaiso. It's Thomas. Nice move.
Unbelievably tough shot.
Thomas.
He jumped into Verdeel. He got the contact. No foul called, but he still made a shot.
26-17 as Tonigal will bring it up for Valparaiso. Takes it down the right side and backs out with it. Still on the dribble. Crusaders working the shot clock as they do on every possession inside to Ritus. He'll take it in against Francis. Puts it up off the board and down.
Grab the basket. Ritus.
Tell you what, you get Ritus Groff's the ball down there all day, and he's going to score some points. I don't care who's playing defense.
Well, I mean, Ritus has the green light if he has a good shot at any time in the clock, because that's what you're looking for. He's got a high shooting percentage. Anytime he doesn't take bad shots usually. Anytime he's got a shot, whether it be 25 on the clock or 10 on the clock, he's got to take that shot.
Sending 56% from down in there. He'll have a chance for the three-point play. Puts it up and in. Well, the three-point play, and all of a sudden it's 26-20. Crusaders back within 6. Fans trying to get into it. Great crowd on hand here at the United Center. Carroll takes it in. No good. Rebound to Gomez.
He was too close.
Well, the Crusaders can get back even closer. I think you're right.
Can't hit that 5-foot runner.
Verdeel goes to Ortiz, back to Verdeel. Crusaders set it up, goes to Gomez. Against Miller. Looks inside, comes back to Verdeel. They want to go to Ritus. Now they do to the baseline. He backs in against Francis, comes out to Gomez, can't get the shot, goes to Tonigal. Off to Ortiz. Stalin in trouble, comes back to Berdeel, 9 seconds. To Ritus. Ritus takes it in, fakes on Francis, puts it up and in.
Oh, what's the call?
3-second violation against Gomez. Wow.
That hurts.
That was a great play by Ritus Gomez with a fall-away jump shot.
That
Didn't
hurts.
count.
26-20, Notre Dame as Crusaders have crept back into it. And let's go courtside again with Tom and Jennifer.
Thanks an awful lot, Joe. You know, we're having a great game here, and it's a great opportunity for the folks at home, Jennifer, to give us a call right now at 219-756-5656. Support Valparaiso University basketball right here on Channel 56.
That's right, Tom. Valpo is on quite a roll right now, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're having a good time on the court. And, you know, you guys can have a great time at home by making a great telephone call, talking to our volunteers who are in Valparaiso, and they're taking your telephone calls right now to support Channel 56 Sports. You know, it costs us over $30,000 a year to bring you college men's basketball right here on Channel 56.
Well, you know, Tom, I'm wondering if you're having any trouble concentrating with all these beautiful dancers right in front of you here.
Well, they're looking at you and I right now.
Okay.
But we'll get back to the game in a minute, right after the folks make that telephone call and make sure that we can continue bringing you college and high school sports right here on Channel 56. And so important for us to be able to continue to do that because we have so many fans that really enjoy it. Time for us to get back to Dick and Joe, and here's the rest.
26-20 Notre Dame. Dick, if I would have told you that before halftime Notre Dame was shooting 50% and Valpo was shooting 29, we wouldn't have been happy with that.
I would have thought it'd be a blowout.
Yeah, but a 6-point lead now only for Notre Dame. The fact that the Crusaders have not turned the basketball over and that they've played good defense and that they've controlled the tempo has kept them in this basketball game.
And they have out-rebounded Notre Dame 15-10, which has also been a key in the ball game. So it's been a well-played first half. I don't think either coach can be unhappy with the way they played. Valparaiso, Scott Drew's got to be ecstatic. He's controlled the tempo, which is what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Thomas will bring it up for the Irish. It's off to Jones, left side of midcourt. Jones on the outside with it. Back to Thomas.
Oh, my.
A long three, drained it. Well, you're not supposed to have to guard him out that far. 29-20, and all of a sudden the lead back to 9. Crusaders need to match. Ortiz gets it off to Berdeel. Off to Gomez on the right side. Kikas back to Berdeel. Notre Dame really not putting much pressure on the Valparaiso guards, which kind of surprises me a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
Tonigal wants to go to Ritus, does. Timmerman's all over him into Ortiz, lays it up and in. Great pass from Ritus Groffs to Stalin Ortiz for the basket. And it's 29-22. Off to Jones, comes off to Thomas, fakes a shot. Tonigal's on him. Thomas takes it in the middle. Dumps it back outside. Ball gets loose, and out of bounds it goes. Crusader basketball. Great defense. Thomas took it in. He saw Ritus Groffs coming over and said, wait a minute. Tried to dump it back outside of Timmermans, and Timmermans wasn't looking for it.
I think he thought Timmermans was cut into the basket, and he was planted.
29-22, 7-point Irish lead. Valparaiso with the basketball. Tonigal goes to Ritus at the top of the key. Holds it up. Over to Berdeel. Stalin Ortiz at the 20-second mark on the shot clock. You can see the Crusaders there once in a while look up. They want to see what's on the shot clock. Ortiz drives against Jones, takes it in, fakes. Ortiz off the board, and a foul on Ortiz. Wow. I'd have to see that again. I'm not sure what he did. They say he threw an elbow, apparently.
Well, he hasn't been the first guy to do that today, though, and if you're going to call it, you got to call it every time.
Yep. So
I thought he was calling traveling, but the right foot was planted. That wasn't the call. He called an offensive foul.
Jones with it on the outside with it for Notre Dame to the corner to Miller. Fires a three, got another. Holy mackerel.
Man. These guys can just shoot the lights out, and they've done that this year.
32-22. Another three-point basket. That's the 7th in 10 attempts for Notre Dame. 70% from three-point land is tough to beat. Gomez can't get a shot, goes to Tonigal. Tonigal penetrates and backs out with it, gets it off to Ali Berdeel. Ali inside to Ritus against Timmerman, back to Ali. Ali with the drive, takes it all the way, hooks it up and in. Great move by Ali Berdeel against Matt Carroll for the basket.
Oh, that's what he needs to do more, is try to get to the basket.
32-24, he's 6'6". There's a lob to the baseline and the dunk by Miller. Thomas and Miller had set it up, and Miller came down the baseline, and Thomas hit him perfectly for the dunk.
Miller's the transfer from Maryland. He actually played in the Final Four for Maryland a few years ago.
34-24, Notre Dame again by 10. Out to Tonigal. Gregg on the drive against Thomas. Wants to go into Gomez and does. Kikas faces up against Miller, drives it in, can't get a shot. Now spins it around, and Miller's going to get the foul, that time throwing the elbow at him. It's hard to believe, isn't it? We haven't seen many fouls in this first half.
That's just the 4th on Notre Dame, 4 on Valpo.
Well, my point was there have been some.
It's been physical.
They have let them play. Both ways. You can't say there's anybody's getting any advantage there. Mike Bray wants a timeout for the Irish. With 48.2 seconds to go in the first half, and the Valparaiso Crusaders trailing by 10, 34-24. It's going to be a 30.
Yeah, Dick, it was 26-20 with 3:30 to go, and we're hoping that the Crusaders could get to halftime with the lead under 10. They still got a chance to do it with this possession. You really don't want to allow Notre Dame to move that lead over the 10-point mark before halftime. The Irish have gotten a great alley-oop play a moment ago from Thomas to Miller for the dunk. That'll happen against the zone. You know, when you get behind the defense, you can run that baseline and throw it down.
Well, the one thing that everybody's kind of hoping in the Valparaiso camp is that Purdue game was the wake-up call, because they played very well against Missouri, even though they lost by 18. Missouri's just that good, period. They're down 10 here to Notre Dame, but they played very well this first half and shot the ball as well as you'd like them to, but overall they can't be disappointed in the way they've played, and it's going to be easier in the mid-con than it is against these guys.
Well, yeah, you're down 10 to the number 6 team in the nation.
Yeah.
I mean, there could
back
be worse.
Backdoor to Berdeel, takes it in against Carroll, lays it up and in. Ali Berdeel with his 6-point, 34-26. Well, if you can get a stop here and get the ball back and another basket, you'd feel really good about it going at halftime if you could do it. Miller on the outside of Thomas. Looks like Notre Dame's going to take the last shot.
Well, 7-second difference.
Thomas on the outside on the dribble. Goes over to Miller. Gomez has got him. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Miller's taking it in against Gomez. Stops to the baseline. The fall-away jump shot is good by Torrin Jones.
Got to hurry.
10 seconds to go in the first half. Gomez will drive to the baseline, and a foul going to be called, I believe, on Jones. Yep.
Irish foul on Torrin Jones, his second.
His second foul, just the 5th on the team. Crusaders will get it out of bounds with 7.1 seconds to go in the first half. Cornett and Quinn back in the ball game for the Irish. Stalin Ortiz will inbounds for Valparaiso.
Irish still have 1 to give for the
Lofts
penalty.
it inside to Ritus. Ritus fall away short. Rebound tipped around and finally taken down by Quinn to Thomas. Thomas with a 30-footer. No, missed everything, and that's it. First half is over, with the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame leading the Valparaiso Crusaders by 10 at 36-26 at halftime.
All righty, Dick. We'll come back, have some halftime for you. 36-26 Irish over Valpo on WYIN 56.
Ruman Clements & Holla provides a full range of legal services concentrating on personal injury and wrongful death litigation. The firm also handles consumer, business, and personal matters. Saul Ruman, founder and senior partner, has been recognized in the publication The Best Lawyers in America. Ruman Clements & Holla. For over 55 years, the Brown family has been making their special recipe for Valpo Velvet ice cream, sherbets, and frozen yogurts. The smooth and creamy texture stands alone from other brands. Valpo Velvet ice creams and sherbets, also Swiss gourmet ice creams and frozen yogurts, available at your local grocer.
Versatility, strength, dependability. The building blocks of Chevy trucks. Like the redesigned Chevy Silverado, Tahoe and Suburban, and Trailblazer with more maximum towing capacity than Ford Explorer V6. The holidays are over, but you can still make your money count. See your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers today.
Man, I'd be afraid I'd kill myself.
We're at halftime at the United Center. Notre Dame ranked number 6 in the country. leading the Valparaiso University Crusaders by 10, 36-26. Dan Miller and Chris Thomas and Ben Carroll with 8 points. And Ritus Cross leads Valpo with 8 points. Support college basketball on WYN 56. Let's go over to Tom and Jennifer.
Thank you very much, Joe. I'm telling you, we are having a great time here in downtown Chicago at the United Center. Jennifer Vinovich and Tom Carroll, we're here to talk to you about Channel 56 and an opportunity for you folks at home right now to make the telephone call you need to make to help support Channel 56 as we continue to bring you the best in sports in Northwest Indiana.
That's right. We are so proud to be here, and it is just so exciting. All the people from Valpo out here supporting their team, and we sure love it if you give us a call and support Channel 56. You know, Tom, we're the only local TV station in like a 12-county area in Indiana, Illinois. And, you know, we're proud to be able to bring high school sports and Valpo college sports. And we could use your support.
We sure could. So call us right now at 219-756-5656 or use the toll-free number that you see on the screen because we have some very, very cool thank you gifts for all you folks who join right now during this game. And this is the only time we'll make these two offers. At the I'll start at the $75 level. You get that great mini basketball. It's a Valpo mini basketball at the $75 level. Of course, if you'd like to join us at the $150 level, yes, you can be on our MVP roll and see your name on the screen for all the Valpo games that we have left. Give us a call right now at 219-756-5656. Support Valparaiso University basketball right here in Northwest Indiana and in the Chicago, Illinois area because there's a lot of Valpo fans all over the area.
That's right. There's a lot of Valpo fans in Chicago, a lot on the north side and the south side. And, you know, there's also
a lot of them right here.
Well, there's also some Notre Dame fans out there, too. So if you'd like to give us a call, we'd certainly be glad to, you know, take your pledge as well.
Absolutely. You know, it's important that we support sports on Channel 56, Jennifer, because it's the only outlet for both ESPN college men's basketball and Valparaiso basketball right here in Northwest Indiana. It's an opportunity for you folks at home to make sure that sports on 56 stays strong for many, many years to come. Public television has evolved over the years from being the educational television station that it started out to be, providing in-school opportunities for children, to providing some wonderful entertainment in the prime time. We've now expanded that to be able to bring you absolutely the best in college men and women's basketball and Valparaiso basketball and high school basketball, and we're even thinking about doing some baseball this year. So if you would like to see those sports continue right here, it all starts with you folks at home. It all happens. Give us a call right now at 219-756-5656 or the toll-free number that you see on the screen.
That's right. I'll tell you what, I'm having a terrible time concentrating with the trampoline guys right in front of me. I'm afraid one of them's going to break their neck.
This is great entertainment for the folks at home.
You see my head bobbing up and down. That's why, because there's a guy jumping on the trampoline on skis right in front of me.
I know, and you know what? They are so good. I'm scared to death that one of them's going to end up on the court, but you know they're so good that's not going to happen.
That's right.
So please do give us a call. You got an opportunity. It's halftime. Give us a call right now. Make that pledge at 219-756-5656 because Channel 56 wants to continue bringing you the best in sports right here on public television.
You know, we really do have a niche in sports, Tom, and, you know, with Joe Arredondo, our sports director, and our staff, we are committed to sports in the Northwest Indiana area, and we actually really like it, too. So are we going to toss it over to Joe for a minute?
No, I'm going to ask him to step in right now. There's Joe Arredondo joining us. Big Bad Joe. How we doing, Joe?
Good. How you doing? Oh, they got my mic up now. How we doing?
Great.
We're having a great time here at the United Center today.
I'm telling you, we are. This is just a phenomenal opportunity for the folks in Northwest Indiana and Illinois to see some great basketball.
Right. Our guys need to. You guys look great on camera, but they need to lift the camera a little and show all these Valpo fans.
Look at all these Valpo fans we've got here.
We got a lot of Valpo fans behind us that can see
Widen
our
that
monitor.
camera out, guys, and show the folks in back. Let them say hi,
Actually,
okay?
there's a familiar face in the third row right there. They got to get
there's a little one right there. Let's get a little tighter shot than that, guys, so they can see some faces. How about that?
All right.
Yeah, zoom in on those folks.
All right, we're at halftime, 36-26. Notre Dame leading the Crusaders, and Dick, What on the stat sheet has stood out there?
The biggest thing, Joe, really is the same thing that has plagued the Crusaders all year long.
Right.
And that's shooting the basketball, especially three-point shooting. Difference in this game at halftime, Notre Dame 7 out of 11 threes. Crusaders are 2 out of 6. That's 15 extra points that they got off the three-point baskets, and that's one of the bugaboos that's been against the Crusaders all year. They just cannot seem to shoot the ball like Crusader teams have in the past, especially from three-point range, and they've had trouble stopping everybody else from shooting the threes.
You know, I really impressed by how the Crusaders played the first half. I thought they came out and they established their tempo early. Their problem has been making shots. They defended Notre Dame pretty well. Notre Dame's got a lot of guys that can shoot from the perimeter. It's going to be hard to shut everybody down on the perimeter, and the three-point shot has hurt Valpo on defense all year. I just think the Crusaders just need to come out and continue to play hard, continue to play well, and compete like they have against the number 6 team in the country.
Well, you got to remember, and that's exactly it. This is the 6th-rated team in the country for a reason. They're 11-1. They've beaten Maryland, the defending national champion. They beat Texas when they were rated number 2. They've had some big wins already. This is a big-time team that the Crusaders are playing even with, except for the shooting thing. Now, you know, obviously that's a big thing because they pay off for how many baskets you make. That's basically how you win games. And eventually that's going to be something the Crusaders are going to have to get taken care of. They just got to announce the attendance, 11,715. They were hoping for 7, so that's pretty good.
Hey, great walk-up. This has been great. We're going to take a timeout. 36-26 Notre Dame. We'll come back with the second half right after this on WYIN 56.
The Don Powers Insurance Agency provides commercial insurance for every need with emphasis in the healthcare and business management fields. The Don Powers Agency is an independent agency, people you trust, who care about Northwest Indiana. Centier Bank is happy to support basketball in Northwest Indiana. With branches in 29 locations throughout Lake and Porter counties, Centier is your hometown bank.
The Hammond Law Firm of Beckman, Kelly & Smith has experience in state and federal courts across northern Indiana. Their attorneys have represented the interests and protected the rights of citizens and businesses from across the country. Put their experience and creativity to work for you. Beckman, Kelly & Smith.
And back we are at halftime, 36-26. Dick Hart along with Joe Arredondo as we get ready for the second half of today's game. Crusaders going to have to shoot it a little bit better, Joe, but they're still in it if they can control it. Now, against Missouri the other night, this first 4 minutes of the second half was the key to the whole ball game.
Well, no doubt about it. I think it's going to be here today as well. Can Valpo cut inside that 10-point lead and maybe get into Notre Dame a little bit? I mean, we saw it right out of the gate. Notre Dame wasn't comfortable with this tempo. It took them a while to get accustomed to it. They started making some shots, obviously, and built this lead. Valpo's really got to stay in here the first 5 minutes.
Crusaders with a rebound advantage in that first half and did everything right except score. Miller on the dribble. Nieves has got him over to Thomas. Fakes a shot. Now takes it down the middle. Knocked away. Picked up by Berdeel. I believe Gomez might have got a hand on that ball. Knocked it away. Crusaders with the basketball. Trying to cut it inside 10. Berdeel on the outside. Goes to Gomez to the corner. Comes back out to Nieves. Off to Drops. Right side it goes to Berdeel. Berdeel gives it off to Tonigal. Tonigal out of midcourt with it for the Crusaders, directing traffic. We're inside 15 seconds on the shot clock. They'll start the offense. Berdeel goes to Tonigal. Tonigal's open. 18-footer. Short. Rebound taken off by Francis.
Oh, that's over and back. That's over and back.
Over and back. No call. Oh, they got it. They got it.
Crusader basketball.
The official on the other side was just looking at him, but the guy on this side of the floor got it. And Scott Drew jumped up, and the guy just turned and said, "Just relax, Coach. I got you."
I haven't seen Scott move that quick. Man.
So the turnover twice against Notre Dame to start the second half. Crusaders need to capitalize. Nieves gets it off to Tonigal. Greg backs out with it. Thomas is on him to Nieves. Roberto gives it off to Groff at the top of the key, off to Berdeel. Back to Greg Tonigal, inside to Groff. Groff against Timmerman, no good. The rebound, Gomez over the back, no call. Out of bounds it goes to Notre Dame. There's that physicality we were talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Chris Thomas thought he was fouled on that last drive to start the second half when he lost it.
Thomas takes it, gives it off to Timmerman. Timmerman looks for a shot, can't get it, goes to Carroll. Carroll around, knocked away by Verdale, taken away by the Crusaders. Conago gets it down to Nieves. Crusaders have turned it over 3 times on Notre Dame, but they haven't been able to score. Verdale gets it off to Gomez. Gomez back outside to Nieves. Off to Groff. Groff gives it off to Verdale, to Conago. Conago looks in the middle, comes to Gomez, fakes a shot. Back to Nieves. Nieves with the drive, takes it in against Miller, and he's fouled. Second foul against Dan Miller.
It's his second. Keepers.
So Roberto Nieves will go to the line to shoot a couple.
Nieves at the line, he'll shoot 2.
On the air, Roberto. 60% shooter. Puts it up and in. 36-27. Crusaders within 9.
Chris Quinn back in for the Irish.
Quinn back in the ball game, and out goes Timmerman. Notre Dame goes a lot smaller, but quicker. And another shooter.
Yeah. He could flat out shoot it off the dribble or off the pass.
Nieves puts it up. No good. Rebounded. Groff has it knocked away. Picked up by Thomas. Thomas has it knocked away. Carroll goes to get it. Carroll having trouble. To Thomas, they double team in the corner, and Bray calls timeout. So Mike Bray calls the time. It'll be a long one since it's the first time out of the second half. And the Irish want to talk it over as the Crusader defense has stepped it up just a little bit.
Well, no doubt about it. I think the Crusaders came out and did their in the trap, and Mike Bray quickly called timeout to get his team ready for the trap. But obviously Valpo may change their defense now out of this timeout. Boy, Crusaders just have had some opportunities there to get another possession right there on the rebound. Rightus had it knocked away, couldn't hang on to the basketball, missed a free throw there that could have helped them close the gap. And Crusaders have come out and forced some turnovers too, Dick. Got the quick turnover away from Thomas and got another steal from Carroll. But, you know, got to get it in the basket to close this gap.
Well, Notre Dame has turned it over 3 times already, as you mentioned, here in the second half, and have yet to get a shot off against the Crusader defense. That's not going to last. So, as you said, you need to take advantage when you have it, and the Crusaders have only come up with 1 point. That's not good enough.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what Valpo does defensively out of this timeout as you see the ceiling of the United Center and all of the Bulls championship banners. It seems like it was about 20 years ago, not about 10 years ago or 6 or 8 years ago when the Bulls were winning those
championships. That number 23 guy, he was pretty good, wasn't he?
He could play a little bit.
I got here to see him play his first game back. Our Kiwanis Club bought tickets and didn't know he was coming back. We were in the last row of the upper deck. I'm telling you, that's a flight away.
Yeah.
You use your frequent flyer miles to get up there.
Yeah, Michael had 10 points the other night, but he sat out the last quarter and a half of the ball game.
Carroll takes it in, blocked by Gomez and picked up by Verdale. Crusaders again with a great defensive play. Well, let's get some baskets here and get back in this ball game. Tonigal holds it up, goes inside to Gomez. Takes it in against Francis. A quick move up there. 36-29. Crusaders back within 7. Well, at least the Crusaders have come out and shown they plan to play this second half.
Well, Kikas Gomez has played very well here. He picked a pretty good time to have a pretty good game.
Francis takes it in against Groff. Blocked by Groff. Francis blocked again by Groff, and a foul this time against Rightus. He got the first block, but then Francis got it back, and Rightus fouled him on the second.
Great block by Rightus on the first one. Then just a little too much body involved in that second one. Here we've got another look. Great block. And then the ball went to the floor, but went right back to Francis. And the foul called on the second shot.
Francis knocked down the first. He'll have a second. 37-29, Notre Dame by 8. 17-12 to go in the ball game. Second shot is up. He got them both. 38-29. Crusaders still trail by 9. Off to Verdeel. Verdeel holds it up out of midcourt. Gives it off to Nieves. Nieves gets it to Ritus Drops. Off to Tonigal. To Verdeel. Verdeel on the left side on the dribble. Goes to Gomez. Takes it in against Miller. Comes back outside to Verdeel. And Ali holds it up now behind the back dribble. Takes it in against Carroll. Puts it up. No good. Rebound to Francis. And Ritus took it away from him. Over to Nieves. Ball loose. Picked up by Verdeel. And Verdeel throws it in off of what against shot clock violation against Valparaiso.
Well, Scott Drew arguing
he wants
that...
to know why there wasn't a possession.
Because it didn't hit the rim, really, is what happened. Verdeel's shot did not hit the rim.
Well, I think they're saying Francis got the rebound. They should have got it. Now the coaches,
That's what the meeting's about.
Are going to say. I think what Scott says is that Francis got the rebound and then Ritus stole it from him.
Well, if there was a change of possession, then the clock will reset. But Verdeel's shot did not hit the rim.
Right. The question is whether or not Francis got the rebound. They're going to say he didn't, I think, is what they're going to call. Now they bring Mike Bray and Scott Drew together, and they're going to talk this over. It looked like to me Francis had the ball, and then Ritus stripped him. Now that's really going to be the question, whether there was a change of possession.
Crusaders will retain possession.
Yeah, that's what they're going to say. Well, I think that's the right call, but I guess I'm prejudiced. Francis certainly came down with it. Well, then it's a question whether Ritus took it away from him or not. Apparently he did.
I think the fans at home saw the replay, but we were too busy watching the coaches when the replay was going on.
Now what are they going to do? Now they're sitting both.
They got to make sure they don't change the possession arrow now. Now they're going to take, let's see.
Crusaders are going to get the ball with 35 seconds on the shot clock.
The game clock reset.
There comes the Verdeel shot. It misses everything. Now that we agree on. See, Francis has got it. Okay. That's the question, and then Ritus took it away from him.
Our guys were right on the money there. You can see whether they constitute Francis as having that ball. It's a possession, change of possession. That's right thing.
That's when you reset the shot clock.
Would like to thank you for your
so the Crusaders are going to get it back on the baseline with 16:35 to go.
11,716 fans. Thanks for coming out on a beautiful Saturday afternoon.
So Roberto Nieves will inbounds for the Crusaders again. Valparaiso with an opportunity to cut into this lead. They just haven't been able to find the baskets. I'm not sure what we've got to hold up for now.
They're going to make sure the arrow's pointing the right way because that is not a change of possession.
No, that's not. It's not a jump ball.
That was not a jump ball. It was a change. It was a change of possession that Francis got the ball and then Valpo stole it from him. Right. But it's not a jump ball alternating possession where the arrow would change.
The arrow should still go to Valparaiso, I would think. Crusaders say 30 seconds on the shot clock. That's what they're going to say because the Crusaders came up with possession.
Right. After the...
that sounds right. So they'll put 30 on the shot clock, and then they'll be ready to play, I think.
I think you're right. They're trying to tell them put 30 on the shot clock.
They're having a little trouble getting that across to the clock operator down here. Who's about... There he goes.
The game clock, shot clock will be set to 30.
So the Crusaders have it. 30 on the shot clock. Goes to Gomez. Over to Nieves. Nieves with the drive. Takes it in. Nieves has a block. And again by Francis. They double-team Quinn. Thomas will take it all the way in. Blocked by Verdeel and out of bounds.
There's the highlight reel blocked by Ali Verdeel.
I tell you what, I got a feeling that Ali is a little pumped to play against Thomas, as we said. Going into their senior year in high school, they were the co-favorites for Mr. Basketball, and then Ali didn't get to play. So might be a little incentive there. Jump ball called. Crusaders will get it back. They double-team Francis on the sideline. I'll tell you what, I don't know how this game's going to come out, but this defense is about as good as it's going to get.
Well, Valpo's done a great job of recognizing when Francis has the ball and double-teaming him quickly. He does not look comfortable out there with the basketball. They've tied him up a few times.
So the Crusaders will get it out of bounds in backcourt. Still trailing by 9, 38-29. They have another opportunity.
He's doing a heck of a job blocking shots, but they have been able to tie him up.
Tonigal on the outside on the dribble. Takes it in against Thomas. Gets it off to Nieves. Off to Ritus. Back to Greg Tonigal. Verdeel looks inside. Now goes to Gomez on the baseline against Miller. Gomez will take it in against him. Puts it up. The hook shot, no good. Gomez goes to get it and dropped it out of bounds.
Well, he got a hand on it, and his foot was on the baseline. Well, here's our first second half timeout. 38-29, Notre Dame over Valpo. So really, Crusaders have shaved 1 point off the lead. Let's go over to Tom and Jennifer.
Thank you very much, Joe. Another opportunity for you folks home and watching the game in Northwest Indiana and Illinois to support Channel 56. This is a great opportunity to give us a call right now at 219-756-5656 and help support VU.
That's right. I'll tell you what, we just heard over the loudspeaker that there are 11,700 people here today, which is just unbelievable. Valpo has just done a terrific job. They've got a great fan base and a very loyal following, and we need some of you people to give us a call. We need all of you people to give us a call.
You know, if all 11,000 folks that are here today and they're watching the game tonight and called and joined at the $75 level, you know, we would be able to pay for all the ESPN sports we do right here on Channel 56, and we do a lot of it.
Well, I'll tell you what, if, 11,000 people called and gave $1, we would be able to do a lot more. But I'll tell you what, we love doing it, and we need those phones to be ringing. You can give us a credit card. We can send you a bill. Either way, we need your support.
So give us a call right now at 219-756-5656. Now it's time to get back to the game.
All righty, 9-point Notre Dame lead, and the Crusaders have forced them into 5 turnovers, Dick, here in the second half.
Yeah, 5 turnovers against Notre Dame, none against the Crusaders. The problem is Valparaiso's only shaved 1 point off that lead. They got to, we said, take advantage, because Notre Dame's going to get it going here pretty soon. Thomas up across the timeline on the dribble, comes to Carroll. Carroll around the pick, takes it up against Verdeel. Jump shot, good. There you go. And it's 40-29, the lead back to 11. Crusaders had some wasted opportunities so far here in the second half. 15.5 minutes to go. Tonigal dumps it inside to Ritus, takes it in against Francis, blocked again by Francis. Picked off by Carroll. There's a long drive to Francis to the baseline, hooks it up and got
it. Just a freshman.
And it's 42-29, and this is exactly what we were talking about. Auntie Nicola's going to come back in. Off to Ritus, gets it off to Gomez. Kikas gets it back to Verdeel. Off to Ritus. Drops, looks, gets it off to Verdeel. Ortiz gets ready to come in to Nieves for 3. No good. Rebound to Francis, and right now Francis owns the inside.
There's a steal.
Steal by Verdeel. Takes it all the way in against Francis. Back out to Tonigal. Fakes the shot to the baseline. Dumps it off to Gomez, and he is fouled.
Well, very alert defense by Ollie Verdeel that time.
Third foul against Miller.
Dan Miller, that's his third, the team's second.
Ortiz comes in. Verdeel goes out. Nicola's in, and out goes Grafs for the Crusaders. 14:37 to go in the ball game. 42-29. Notre Dame by 13 into Gomez. Kikas on the dribble. Backs it in against Miller. Dumps it off to Auntie Nicola. Auntie looks for somebody. Comes back to Ortiz. Stalin on the dribbles. Crusaders will back it out. Off to Nieves. Has it knocked away by Quinn. Picked up by Nieves. Gives it off to Nicola. Thomas knocks it away, picked up by Auntie. Over to Nieves. Nieves has got to fire the 3. Got it! Well, it wasn't pretty, but it ended up being effective. Ahead it goes to Carroll, and it's blocked and a foul. We got the official down. As Carroll barged into him, is it going to be against Ortiz or against Nicola? Going to be on Ortiz, the second foul against Stalin.
Our camera guy was right there, too. I was worried about Nathan going down, and I wasn't worried about Nathan. I was worried about that camera. This is a WYIN 56 production today. Some folks may be watching at home thinking we're using other folks' cameras. No, we're not.
So Matt Carroll at the line to shoot a couple for the Irish. He got it.
Before I forget that, we cover IU, Purdue, Valparaiso University on WYIN 56. We may have a lot of folks in Chicago watching today. ESPN in the past has not allowed WYIN 56 to pick up additional Notre Dame games because they're part of the Big East ESPN package.
44-32, 12-point Crusader deficit. Tonigal gets it off to Nicola. Nicola on the outside for the Crusaders. Gets it off to Gomez. Gomez to Ortiz. Out to Nieves. Roberto comes down the left side to Gomez. Into Nicola. Takes it in against Francis. Ante with the hook shot. No good, too long. Tipped out back. Picked up by Thomas. Thomas to the top of the key. Stops. Penetrates. Gets it off to Carroll. Carroll for three. Blocked.
Oh,
picked up by Nieves.
Gomez on a great block.
Crusaders need a basket. Nieves for three. No good. Rebound to Nicola. Stolen by Thomas. Picked up by Tonigal. Tonigal for three. No good. Rebound taken by Francis. Wow. On the outside with it is Thomas. Comes down the right side to Quinn. To the corner to Thomas. Blocked by Nicola and out of bounds. Chris Thomas is a great player, but he can't shoot it over a 7-footer. It's that close to him.
Crusaders have done a better job of easing out defensively, and they've blocked the last couple three-pointers.
I tell you, I'm really impressed with the way the Crusaders have played defense today overall. The problem is the same old problem we've talked about before, shooting the basketball. You got to figure in the mid-con, they'll be a little easier for them. But, you know, you still got to play, and a foul on Nieves. They got the back door that time to Jones.
Speaking of IU, they kick off the Big Ten season on Wednesday night live on WYN 56 when they take on Penn State at 7 o'clock.
Talk about a team that struggled so far this year.
Yeah.
It's not the Hoosiers.
Yeah.
Jones will be at the line to shoot a couple, and the Crusader fans didn't like that. They thought it was before the shot. Well, Jones will shoot two. He got the first, he'll have another. Crusaders just have not been able to cut into this lead, even though they've really done a pretty good job here in the second half. You got to score points. That's what they pay off on. Second one is good. The Irish do. All of a sudden, it's 46-32, a 14-point advantage. Crusaders have created 6 turnovers against Notre Dame here in the second half, but haven't been able to take advantage. And now we got a foul inside. It's going to be on Quinn, holding on to Nieves. That's his first. Third against the Irish here in the second half. Out of bounds, Valparaiso. Nieves goes into Opland. Dumps it inside to Ante. Ante with a hook shot is good. The old-fashioned hook shot.
That would qualify as the sky hook there, I think.
Well, he's in the sky already. Jones drives around, gives it off to Thomas on the outside. Thomas travels. 7 turnovers.
Uh-oh, and he dunked it on the way to the goal.
7 turnovers in the second half against the Irish. The Crusaders have none, and yet the Irish have built their lead to 12. That's what's frustrating, I guess, if you're a coach, isn't it? You're doing everything you want to do. You're not scoring.
That would be frustrating, Dick. That would qualify.
Burdeel on the right side of midcourt with a dribble. Is it off to Dan Opland? Opland looks inside, goes to Stalin. Ortiz holds it up on the left wing. Goes into Nicola. Back to Nieves. Nieves to the baseline, inside to Nicola. Nicola takes it up, and he's fouled by Jones. It'll be his third foul, and Ante will be at the line to shoot a couple.
A lot of ball, but also a lot of hand and arm on that block by Jones.
Well, the difference with Ante in there is just the bulk. He bulks up with Francis a lot better than Ritus does.
He bulks up with anybody.
Yeah, he does. Think about it. He'll have 2. Puts it up and in. That sound effect you hear as the ball goes through that. That's what mine used to sound like.
He can bulk up with that basket standard.
Actually, mine used to sound like clang, clang.
We've had a few of those today.
Nicola will have another. 46-35, trying to get it back within 10. Everybody's moving.
Oh, come on.
Boy, Francis with a rebound. Thomas, Quinn to Miller, back to Thomas. Back to Quinn, to Thomas, or Miller to the corner, back, and they'll work the outside of that Valparaiso zone. Jones goes cross court to Quinn. Jones is going to penetrate. Knocked away by Nieves. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up by Thomas. To Miller in the baseline. A three on the way. No good. Francis inside. Hooks it up there.
He's good. Well, I really like him.
He is a man in there, isn't he? 48-35. 13-point advantage. Or the Irish. Nicola gets it off to Berdeel. Off to Nieves. Greg Conagle gets ready to come back for the Crusaders. Into Dan Opland. Opland hooks it inside. Blocked by Francis.
Yeah.
Picked up by Francis.
That shot's not going to work today. He's been knocking everything away from the rim.
Thomas on the dribble. Comes to the right side to Quinn. I didn't realize Francis was this kind of shot blocker.
No,
but I'll tell you what. He's got a bunch of them today. Now he puts it up. No good against Ante. Picked up by Berdeel. Ortiz stops. Comes back outside to Berdeel. Spin by Ali. Takes it in against Francis. Puts it up and out. 48-37. Still 11-point ball game. Stolen by Berdeel, and he's standing out of bounds. Conagle drops, and Gomez back in for Valparaiso. Timeout. 10:24 to go in the ball game. It's Notre Dame 48. Valparaiso 37.
All righty, let's go back over to Tom and Jennifer.
Thanks, Joe and Dick. What a super game we're seeing here at the United Center, Jennifer. Still an opportunity for people to give us a call and support Channel 56 Sports at 219-756-5656.
That's right. We've got operators standing by, and boy, we can't wait to see how many Valpo fans are giving us a call for this game, because this is a real biggie.
You know, it's a real combination of the folks at home calling in their pledges, supporting Channel 56 so we can bring you these games. And at the same time, we have a lot of sponsors that help us out, too.
That's right, Tom. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank Centier Bank, thank Beckman Kelly and Smith, Raymond Clements and Holland, and also Valpo Velvet. Without the underwriters, we definitely could not bring these games to Northwest Indiana. And I'd be more than happy to talk to any of you out there that would like to consider becoming an underwriter. You can call the number on the screen now and leave a message, or you're welcome to call anytime Monday through Friday.
And, you know, we'd also like to thank Calumet Breweries, super sponsors, and today's title sponsor, the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Valparaiso University certainly appreciates their support each during this special game here at the United Center. Let's give it back to Joe and Dick as the game goes on.
Well, you know, I was checking the stats, Dick, in 27 blocks coming into the game for Torrin Francis, but he wasn't even the leader on the team. Jordan Cornett had 34 coming in, so he leads Notre Dame really in blocks, but Francis has got a boatload today. We'll have to check officially.
Francis may have taken the lead.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Miller on the outside with it. Ortiz has got him off to Thomas. Thomas looks inside, now goes down the right side to Jones. Gomez fouled him.
Crusader foul, Davis Gomez.
Well, the Crusaders have a lot of fouls to give because there haven't been many called. So you can be aggressive this last 10 minutes.
Right.
So are the Irish, I guess. Miller with a three, no good. Tipped out, picked up by Gomez. Now Crusaders could get it within 10 if they can score here. Berdeel on the outside with it. Ali gets it off to Kikas. Greg Conagle. Conagle on the outside, dribbles outside, holds it up, gives it off to Ortiz. Stalin takes it in against Jones, gets it to Gomez. Down to 12 seconds on the shot clock to Ali Berdeel. Inside to Ritus, and he's fouled. Foul going to be called on number 12. That's Jordan Cornett. They have two Cornets on this team, Ricky Cornett and Jordan Cornett. This Cornett's got an E on the end of his name. That's the difference.
5 team fouls on Notre Dame.
Out of bounds to the Crusaders. Ortiz.
They also got Torrin and Torian.
Yep. That's true. Berdeel. Oh, great move against Thomas. And then Thomas comes to take it away from him in a foul call. I'll tell you what, this is the best I've seen Ollie Berdeel move all year long. I think there may be something to that challenge against Chris Thomas.
I think you're
Thomas
right.
is first.
His footwork has been much better today. He's been a little more aware of where the defense has been. He's realized he can't try to go all the way down the lane or he might get stripped.
Berdeel at the line, a 78% shooter on the year for the Crusaders. He'll have 2. Nope, fit it out. Now that's the sound I usually hear with my shots. Francis comes back.
Ali and Ali Burdeel and Kikas Gomez have really played pretty well for the Crusaders today.
9 points for Gomez, 8 points for Burdeel. Ralphs has 8, but he had all those in the first half. Burdeel second. It's short. Rebound to Gomez. Lost it. Picked it up. Gives it off to Tonigal. Goes back to Kikas. Kikas going to fire the 3. Got it!
3-point basket. Kikas Gomez.
48-40. Crusaders are within 8. The crowd trying to get back in it. Thomas on the dribble on the outside. Takes it to the baseline. Gives it to Carroll. Blocked by Kikas. Out of bounds. It'll be out of bounds to Notre Dame.
Let's see if they're shaking up.
Fell right on top of Carroll after the block, I believe. Mike Gray wants to know why they wasn't a foul.
Well, Kikas got knocked off balance by Carroll once he blocked the shot. If we see the replay, Kikas was trying to help him up after he fell on him, but he fell on him after he blocked the shot, though.
And to Carroll. Carroll on the outside with it, gives it off to Thomas. Crusaders within 8. 9 minutes to go in the ball game. The drive by Miller. Takes it in against Ritus. Hooks it up. No good. Francis knocked away and a foul. Great defense by Ritus Groffs, and they just have not been able to control Mr. Francis in there so far here in the second half, especially the foul against Gomez, his second. Francis will be at the line.
This is a Kikas Gomez that we need to see every night. No doubt about it. I mean, if you can play at this level against the number 6 team in the nation, you need to play at this level every night.
That's the Crusader team we need to see every night. No good on the first. They'll have another. Now you see a game like this, Joe. You see the Syracuse game. You see the first half, especially against Missouri, and you wonder what happened those other nights. Francis with the second, puts it up, and got it. 49-40, a 9-point Notre Dame advantage. Greg Tonigal brings it up, gives it off to Ritus. Off to Burdeel, to Gomez, fakes a shot. Gomez, free throw line, got it! Kikas is on fire.
Well, he's starting to really want the basketball as well.
8.5 minutes, 49-42. Thomas. Burdeel knocks it away, picked up by Thomas. Gives it back outside to Miller. Miller looks for somebody, can't go inside, now goes over to Jones. Jones cross court to Carroll. Carroll will drive against Ortiz, puts it up and in, and Ortiz is knocked on his back, no call.
Boy, if they'd have got an offensive foul card there, that'd have been some big momentum.
51-42. Tonigal goes right side to Ortiz. Off to Ritus Groffs. Over to Burdeel. Out to Tonigal. Tonigal back to Burdeel. Burdeel drives. 12-footer by Burdeel. Short. Rebound to Jones. Big shot there. Thomas brings it across the timeline. Yamas getting ready to come back for the Crusaders. To Carroll. To Jones. Goes cross, stolen by Ortiz. Stolen, ahead it goes to Burdeel, and he can't save it. Picked up by Jones. Ahead to Carroll. Carroll will drive. Takes it in against Ritus. Now can't get it in. Goes back out to Miller for 3. No good. Rebound, Francis. Ball loose on the floor. Tonigal gets it off to Burdeel. It's getting wild. Gomez takes it in, puts it up. No good. Rebound taken by Jones.
And action, some great action, and now Notre Dame will slow it down.
51-42, 6:55 to go in the ball game. 11,715 have got their money's worth. Right side it comes to Carroll. Carroll on the dribble on the outside with Gomez. Gives it off to Miller. Miller backs out with it. Now the dribble, takes it in the middle. Turn around, Miller got it. Great shot by Dan Miller. 53-42, both fans are into it. Valparaiso wants a timeout. 6:24 to go in the ball game. Crusaders trailing by 11, Joe. I guess the blowout everybody was predicting is not going to happen.
Well, we were on the verge of it at 24 to 12. Yep. Now Scott Drew's going to get a full timeout. This is what college basketball is really all about, Dick. These are great atmospheres. You see it with Illinois, Missouri. You see it with Indiana and Kentucky. When it's a neutral site and there's fans from both teams, it really adds to a great atmosphere. As you saw a moment ago when the Notre Dame fans were screaming, "Let's go Notre Dame," or "Let's go Irish," and the Valpo fans were chanting, "Let's go Valpo."
It's been a great basketball game. It sure has been a lot of fun to be here at the United Center. And when they announced this game, there were people that said they'll be lucky to get 2,000 people there. They got 11,000, and it's a tremendous success. Well, and Valparaiso has been the university behind this as far as running the promotion.
No doubt about it.
Crusaders done a great job.
They've done a great job. They really got the Valparaiso fans here. The Notre Dame fans have come because this team kind of snuck up on them. They weren't expected to be 11-1 and number 6 in the nation. When you come to Chicago, you pick up a lot of Notre Dame fans.
I thought that there might be not as many Notre Dame fans here today because their women are playing at the Joyce Center this afternoon. So I thought maybe a lot of people there. There's a top 10 team also. So I'm glad they're here because it's been a lot of fun. No matter what happens in the last 6 minutes and 24 seconds, we've seen a whale of a basketball game.
I think this hasn't been your traditional Notre Dame fan that goes to games in South Bend. It's more the Notre Dame fans that are over here in the Chicago area, and there's a ton of them. A lot of green and gold and a lot of brown and gold.
Well, the difference in this ball game really and truly is a guy named Torrin Francis. He has controlled the inside.
Yeah, he has.
He's blocked I don't know how many shots. We don't get blocked shots during the game, but way too many. So the Crusaders will inbounds. It goes to Ritus, drops off to Tonigal. Gives it off to Nieves. Nieves out to Ortiz. Back to Tonigal. Valparaiso again will control the tempo. Tonigal goes to Gomez. Inside to Ritus. Takes it in, and he's fouled by Miller, and that'll be 4.
I was going to say, that foul's got to be called. Ritus got underneath the defender and got the ball up there on the board, and it was called.
That's his 4th.
4th foul against Miller. Ritus drops, has no rebounds today. You believe that? Wow. He's had his hand on a bunch of them. He'll shoot 2. Got the first. He'll have another. It's not because he hasn't made the effort or he hasn't been a factor in this ball game, but when you're him, you get tagged by all the guys. Second one on the way. Got it. He has 11. Or make that 10. It's timeout with 6:10 to go in the ball game. It's 53-44 Notre Dame.
And we'll throw it over to Tom and Jennifer.
Thanks, Joe and Dick. Of course, here's Valparaiso University really fighting hard against the Fighting Irish.
I'll tell you what, this place is heating up.
I'm telling you, the United Center is just cranking today. We certainly, you folks at home, will give us a call right now at 219-756-5656 so that we can continue to bring you these kinds of games.
That's right. As we said before, it costs us a lot of money to do these sports, especially the basketball. And so if you can all find it possible in your hearts, give us a call, 800-256-5656 or 756-5656. We've got some nice thank you gifts for you. We've got little mini basketballs. We can put your name up on the MVP. There's all kinds of great things we can do for you, but we need for you to give us a call.
That's right. Those MVPs are great. We'll put your name right on the screen. Join us at that $150 level. We'll also send you a great Valparaiso mini basketball. I tell you, it's just so much fun, you won't want to put it down. And you can get that at the $75 level as well. But you need to pick up the telephone right now. Go to your telephone, dial the number on your screen, and say yes to 56 Sports, and of course say yes to Valparaiso University Sports. Now back to Joe and Dick.
All righty, 53-44 Notre Dame. Valpo has really come out and has a 1-point differential here in the second half.
Well, they've played them tough, and that's the main thing. The thing that, this game is a perfect example of why the big schools like the Notre Dames, the Purdue's, the Missouris, the Syracuse, the Cincinnatis do not want to play you on a neutral floor. They want you at their place where they have a major advantage. You get on a neutral floor, that's where the upsets take place.
Right.
Thomas will bring it up for Notre Dame up across the timeline. Conigal's got him. Goes to Carroll. Ortiz has got him off the right side to Jones. Valparaiso into a man-to-man. Off to Thomas. Going to fire a 3. No good. In and out. Rebound taken by Ortiz for the Crusaders. Valparaiso can cut into the lead with a basket. Stalin Ortiz comes out to Nieves. Nieves looks inside, goes to Gomez. Kikas gives it off to Ortiz around a pick. Ortiz drives, puts it up short. Rebound Nieves, taken away. Ball taken back by Ortiz. Wow. A lot of contact there. Ortiz takes it in. Francis blocks another. Comes out back. Nieves puts it up and out!
Boy, Roberto with some hang time. He was suspended in midair there for a while.
53-46, a 7-point ball game. Thomas with it on the outside for Notre Dame on the dribble. Gives it off to Jones. Jones looks for somebody inside, can't find him. Goes to Miller, having trouble with it. Gomez up on him. Miller on the dribble. Miller's going to take it all the way in to the baseline, puts it up over. No good. Rebound inside. Fought for on the floor. Gomez has got it. Francis has got it. Ortiz comes out with it. Out ahead to Nieves. Nieves takes it all the way in. Puts it up and a foul call. Wow.
Crusaders continue to fight hard and try to wrestle the momentum away. Nieves strong to the goal, and you see could have gone either way. The Crusaders getting a call. When you're very aggressive, sometimes you'll get the call from the officials.
Roberto Nieves at the line to shoot 2. 1 out of 2 at the free throw line today. He's got 8 points. Takes his time. Puts it up. And in. We got a 6-point ball game. He can cut it to 5. 53-47. Can it happen again? 4:37 to go in the ball game.
When you approach a game, when you approach a game like this, you want to make the other team have to play in the last 5 minutes.
Nieves second on the way. Got it. We got a 5-point game in 4.5 minutes. 53-48. Crusader fans are on their feet. Thomas on the dribble on the outside for Notre Dame. Stop, goes to Carroll. Carroll with Ortiz on him. Carroll takes it in, and a foul going to be called on Ortiz. Tried to get the foul, the charge that time, but the official says no.
That's all right, just the 16th foul, but Valpo does not want to put a good shooting team like this on the line. Let's check it out again here. Slid over in front of him.
Maybe a half step late. Thomas will inbounds for the Irish. Gets it into Francis. Francis back out to Carroll. Gives it to Quinn. Off to Thomas. Quinn, Thomas on the outside. Ortiz has got him. Goes to the corner. Carroll wants a shot. Go shot. Thomas. No. Rebound to Gomez.
This has been some great defense.
Nieves. Doritis drops. In and out. No good. Wow. Couldn't ask for a better shot than that. Thomas on the drive. Stops. He travels. Crusader basketball.
Well, the Valpo defense really has Notre Dame out of sync offensively.
3:45 to go in the ball game. The last media timeout. 53-48 Notre Dame.
Mike Bray having a meeting with his point guard right out here as we got a great shot of it out here in front of the Irish bench. 53-48, 5-point game. We'll be right back. Let's go over to Tom and Jennifer.
I'm telling you, it's getting closer and closer, Jennifer. Now's the time for you folks to give us a call at home at 219-756-5656 so we can continue bringing you these great games.
And I'll tell you what, we will forgive you if you want to wait until the end of the game, because we've got a hot one going here, Tom.
Yes, we do. But that phone number's on the screen, and if you can take just 30 seconds to make that call, this is a great opportunity to support Valparaiso University basketball and WYIN 56 Sports. So make that telephone call and enjoy this game, brought to you by WYIN 56 Sports and all the great sponsors that we have. Of course, Ruben Clements and Hollop, Valpo Velvet Ice Cream. What great ice cream that is. Centier Bank, Beckman, Kelly & Smith, Calumet Breweries, and the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Joe and Dick.
I've been impressed with this defense in the second half. It's probably the best half of defense that I've seen the Crusaders play the last couple years, and it's because Ortiz has been active. He's got great quickness, and Kikas Gomez has been active on the defense. His offensive game has gotten him into the game on the defensive side of the ball.
And Roberto Nieves also really played well tonight.
No doubt about it.
Well, you know, when I got up this morning, I said, this sounds like it should be a great day, and it has been a lot of fun here at the United Center. We got a 5-point ball game at 3:45. Let's see if the Crusaders can pull it off again. Tonigal on the dribble on the outside. Looks for somebody, goes to Nieves. Roberto goes to Gomez. Gomez wants to go to Groffs. Does. Groffs kicked it out of bounds.
Boy, they got what they wanted right there.
Well, that was a bad one.
A 6 to 8 footer a moment ago for Ritus that rattled out.
Well, he was going to take it in against Francis, who's been a lot of problems for the Crusaders in there, and he ended up just dribbling off his leg.
And that was great post-entry pass inside of Ritus, and he lost it.
Miller on the outside gets it off to Carroll. Carroll for the Irish. Right side to Miller. On the outside, Notre Dame 0 for 7 from three-point land here in the second half after going 7 for 10 the first half. Miller on the outside against Gomez. Miller will drive. Miller takes it in, puts it off the board and in.
Well, they just cleared it out for him. They feel he can take Chicas Gomez, and that time a nice move down the lane.
55-48, 2:50 to go in the ball game. Gomez to Ortiz. Ortiz backs out with it, gets it off to Nieves. Into Ritus. Ritus against Francis. Takes it inside. Ritus, turnaround, jump shot, go! Well, you figure sooner or later he's going to get that thing in there.
Yeah, great post entry.
2.5 minutes, a 5-point game, 55-50. Thomas on the outside to Carroll. Thomas out between the circles, right side it goes to Quinn. Well, from here on in, you just sell out. That's what you got to do if you're a Crusader.
Well, if Notre Dame's not going to double Groffs, you got to keep throwing it there.
Miller takes it inside to the baseline to Francis. No good. Rebound to Groffs.
Come on, bring it down again and throw it into the big guy.
5-point game, 2 minutes. Ortiz to Tonigal. Nieves. A three. In and out. No good.
Oh, that was too quick.
Way too quick. Don't think that's really what you wanted, although if it goes down, he's a hero, I guess. Miller on the outside. Gomez has got him. Miller. Oh, he might have stepped on the outside. Miller takes it all the way to the basket. Now brings it back outside to Quinn. Over to Thomas with 1:30. 55-50 in favor of the Irish. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Thomas having trouble. Tonigal got in trouble. Ortiz drives. Ortiz spins to the basket. No. Rebound Ortiz. Brings it back out to Tonigal. Greg stops. Into Ritus. Back to Gomez for three. Yes! 55-53, a minute to go. 2-point ball game. Timeout, Notre Dame. Wow.
I'm almost speechless after that shot. Where have you been, Chicas Gomez?
Welcome back. Well, you know, this is the kind of game they expected from him all year, and he went into that little slump there for some reason. Started to come out against Missouri. Here's the big three. Got him within 2 right here.
Can you say breakout game? Let's hope so.
17 points today for the Chicas.
How about that Greg Tonigal? How many surgeries did he go down on the floor?
Well, he's missed the last 3 years basically in basketball, and really seems to be starting to hit his stride, and against maybe the premier point guard in the country, Chris Thomas. Yeah. Well, we're at 55-53, Joe. 58 seconds to go. The Crusaders, well, I mean, no matter what happens from here on in, it's been a great afternoon for the Crusaders.
Well, no doubt.
Hopefully it's a growing up game.
You've gotten to this point now. Now you think about winning. You think about making plays at the end of the game to win the ball game. They don't need to foul.
Right.
Okay, they just need to play that great defense they've been playing here in the second half.
58 seconds to go in the game. 55-53. Notre Dame by 2. The Irish have led by double figures a couple of times. The Crusaders just kept fighting them and really have outplayed them here in the second half. Turnover-wise in the second half, Notre Dame with 10, Valparaiso with 2. And that's really been the difference.
Well, I think the fans have got more than their money's worth.
Yeah, they had to charge them again. got pretty good seats for this, you know.
Hey, I wasn't complaining.
55-53 Notre Dame. Irish with the basketball, 58 seconds. Chris Thomas on the outside on the dribble. Crusaders in a man-to-man defense. Thomas backs out with it, goes off to Miller. They want to milk the clock as much as they can. Miller takes it in against Gomez. Stop, fires, no! Rebound to Gomez! Crusaders can tie with a basket.
Only half a second
30 seconds. Tonigal goes to Ortiz. And Valparaiso wants a timeout. 25.5 seconds. 55-53, and the Crusaders will have the basketball. Well, normally it's right as Straps you go to.
I don't get greedy here. I don't go for the three. I got to go into my franchise. I got to go into my big guy. Maybe you try to get Kikas Gomez on the same side of the floor as right as Cross, because Notre Dame is not double-teamed the entire day. If they decide to go down and double-team number 5, you got to kick it out to Kikas for a three.
And that's Rightus has to know that, and he is a good enough passer to know. Who we got here, your mom?
No, I think that's Sean's mom.
Sean's mom?
Sean's telling us to get his mom.
Oh, I see her, yeah.
There you see it, with the blue sweater. Sean Elliott, our director, he is VU alumni.
Yes, he is. Where I met him, as a matter of fact, a couple of years ago. I thought he was there for about 12 years, I think it was.
He got us degree, though.
Well, here we go. It's all up to this. 25.5 seconds. Davis will inbound. 24 seconds on the shot clock, 25 and a half on the game clock. Ortiz on the outside to Davis. Off to Tonigal. Back to Ortiz. Over to Tonigal, 10 seconds on the shot clock. To Groffs, to Ortiz.
They're looking for the win.
Cross court, Tonigal for three! No! Rebound, fought for on the floor, still being fought for, and it's over. And the Irish have escaped 55-53. Over the Valparaiso Crusaders, Greg Tonigal got a shot from the side, couldn't get it. And Notre Dame survives the Valparaiso Crusaders 55-53. Here at the United Center, and I promise you Mike Gray is breathing a sigh of relief right now.
I'll tell you what, Dick, I've known Greg Tonigal since he went to high school at LaPorte, and nothing would have been better for that shot to go down. That one should have went down. Notre Dame did a great job. They stepped out on Gomez. They forced him to not take the three. They overplayed him. Rightus had the ball in the lane and kicked it out to Greg Tonigal, and that one should have went down.